For a quick of our Torah, uh, we're entering into the rest of the book of the Sefer Shemot, or the book of Exodus, deals with the building of the tabernacle, the Mishkan. And what's interesting is a number of things that should jump out at you. Number one, we have to do the building. We have to build God a home that He can live among us. Why doesn't God come down and build it Himself? He took us out of Egypt, split the Sea of Reeds. He, did all this great stuff. Why does He need us to build the Mikdash? If you've been paying close attention to what's been going on from the Parshat Yetro till up to now, you'll notice something interesting going on. Remember that one of the important things is that we are being molded into a nation, into what would be called a communitarian nation, meaning that we have to do things to help our community. In Parshat Yetro, the first thing, Yetro comes and tells Moshe, you have to have judges, you have to have a court system. Then we get the Ten Commandments. Then we get all the laws of Mishpatim, how to have a society. And now we finally get to the building of the Mishkan, the tabernacle. And it's a partner. God is saying this is a partnership. One, you can't do, I'm not doing all the lifting. You got to do some of the heavy lifting too. You got to do these things. Because it's not just a one-way street. It's a two-way street. This is something very important for us to remember, that God wants us in partnership. God says, I build me a home that I can live among you. What does He mean by that? When you do mitzvot, you're bringing God to among us. You're bringing God down to earth to help us. There's a very famous story that I got once from Shlomo Carlebach many years ago, that he was talking about people walking around in Yerushalayim. And the Chassid goes and looks around, says, oh no, God is not here. I'll go to the Beit Midrash. That's where I'll find God. The non-religious guy is walking around saying, I don't see God here. And he continues his way of being non-religious. The thing is, you have to bring God to the street in your actions, in everything we do. And this is why we have to have a hand in the building of the tabernacle. We have to have a hand in all this. And that's the reason God has us do all this, has us contribute. And for those who don't know, on Sunday is the shul dinner. One of our honorees is just here. He's beginning to walk out. Joe, we're not letting you get away. This is one of our honorees who Joel does a lot for the community. He's usually the guy by the second minyan. Today being President's Day, everything is a little different, but this is the money that goes for the operations of the shul, of the synagogue. How we pay for the heat, how we pay for in the winter, air conditioning in the summer. Usually that's the way it works. Um, but this money goes for these operating expenses. Yes, it's a place that's a Mishkan Ma'at, a little tabernacle, you might say, but it still costs money because we have to pay for the heating, electricity, and the salaries of the people who run these things. So remember, the shul dinner is this Sunday. If you haven't registered for it yet, please do. And if you can't come, take out an ad. I think the deadline for the ads is in a couple days. But that's something to think about.